Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Most. Today I'm going to solve with you another interview question for JavaScript jobs. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. So let's get started. So today's question is to find how many vowels in this sentence. And this question can be solved by two ways. One way is easier than the other. So you can use either of them. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you get the result right. So let me start with the harder way, which is looping through the sentence, the string, and each time I find a vowel, I am going to increase a counter that we can call a vowels counter, which will store the number of vowels. So for example, we will start by the C. So the C obviously isn't a vowel, then we move on to the second letter, which is O. The O is a vowel, then we will increase the counter, and then we move on to the next letter, which is D. D isn't a vowel, then we move on to the fourth letter, which is E. E is a vowel, then we increase the counter, and we move on until the end of this string. So here's how you can do it. First, you create a for loop, let I equals to 0, and then I, as long as I is smaller than the sentence length, then we will increase that I plus plus, and we just check each time we move on, we check the letter that we have. So here I'm going to use if statement. If that letter, which is going to be sentence of I, if that letter is equal to A or if it's equal to O, or so the vowels are A, I, O, E, and U. So if it's equal to one of these, then we will increase the counter. Let me just zoom out so that you can see the complete code. So let me here copy this, and I'm going to paste it many times because we will be using lots of ORs here. OR, and then OR, and then another OR. So here A, E, I, O, and U. And then what I'm going to do is that I am going just to increase a counter. Let's create a counter here. I'm going to here create a counter, var counter, which is a vowels counter, equals to 0. Initially, it's going to be equal to 0, and then each time we find a vowel, we just increase that counter plus plus. That's it. And then after the loop, we can just use the console.log and print out the counter. Now, what we should find is that we should find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 vowels in this string. Now, if I save and run, as you can see, what I'm going to get is that I'm going to get 5. So our code is working correctly because we have 5 vowels in this sentence. Let me now show you the other way, which is smarter and easier at the same time. And I would highly recommend using it if you know regular expressions. So let me just comment out this code, and let me show you the other way. The other way is by using regular expressions. So as I told you before, regular expressions are so powerful. And if you don't know lots about regular expressions, you can go to my channel. I have a complete series on how regular expressions work and many examples, and I explain them thoroughly. So you can check these videos that I have in my channel. So how can you solve this by using regular expression? It's very simple. First, you create a regular expression, which is going to be reg expression. And then the regular expression that I'm going to use is the square brackets. And then inside the square brackets, I'm gonna just throw in the vowels, which is A, E, I, O, and U. And then we have also the G flag so that we get all vowels. And finally, we just use the sentence, and then dot match, the match function, and we just pass our regular expression. And finally, I'm going to store the result. This is, by the way, is going to return an array of all the vowels. So I'm going to store the result in a variable called result. And I'm going to just here use the console.log and print out the result. Let me now save and run. And as you can see, it's going to get me all the vowels. O, E, I, O, and A. And that's true. As you can see here, we have O, and then E, and then I, and then O again, and then A. But we want to find how many times, not just the vowels. We want here to use the dot length to get the number of vowels. And as you can see now, we have 5 vowels. And by the way, usually they will ask you if you solve this question online or even on a paper or on whiteboard. They will ask you to write a function, not just a simple code like this. So what I'm going to do here is just I'm going to create a quick function and I'm going to name it number of vowels. And I'm going to pass the sentence. And finally, I'm going to just push the code inside this function. And I'm going to return the result. Return result.length. That is it. Let's again call this function. So I'm going to call it here number of vowels. And I'm going to pass the sentence. And obviously we need the console.log. That's it. Let me now save and run. As you can see, we have now 5 vowels. As you can see, 5 vowels. Let me just add here more vowels so that I show you that our code is working. Let's add A and I. If now I save and run, as you can see, we have now 7 vowels. So as you can see, this question can be solved by 2 ways. You are free to use any of them, but I would recommend choosing the one that you are comfortable with. So that's it for this tutorial. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Also check the description below because I have created a free ebook on how to make money online coding. This is Most. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.